Hello everyone, Ryan here. So I decided to do this tag called the 19 random facts about yourself tag. I'm not exactly sure who created this tag, but I first saw this by a fellow booktuber by the name of Matilda Gothika. If you haven't checked out her channel, I'll provide a link to the tag video that she did. So I'll just get started. They all seem like pretty cool questions. So number one is, do you make your bed every day? No. No, I don't. Number two, what's your favorite number? Favorite number, I don't know. 11, I guess. Don't really know why. It just seems like a somewhat lucky number to me. Number three, what's your dream job? Pretty much anything that has to do with art, literature, music. Yeah. Which I am doing those things. It's just, unfortunately to most of society doesn't really consider those things a quote-unquote job. But there is a great deal amount of work that goes into, creating art and music and literature. So it's a shame that society doesn't consider those to be jobs, but what are you going to do about that? Number four, if you could, would you go back to high school? I'm going to have to say no. Yeah. Really, the only thing I miss about high school is being able to hang out with my friends on a regular basis. Other than that, I still kind of keep in touch with a lot of them, but it's not like before where at school we would see each other every day. So, but yeah, other than that, no. Number five, can you parallel park in under 3 moves? I don't know about 3. Probably like, I want to say 4 or 5. I've never been good at parallel parking. So. Number 6, a job you had which people would be shocked to know you once had. I don't know. I've had several customer service like jobs. Worked at call centers where I answered calls from customers complaining about their phone service. Got yelled at, cussed at, threatened with violence. I don't recommend working at any kind of call center, unless that's like your last choice for any kind of employment. But still, I don't recommend that. Yeah. Number 7, do you think aliens are real? As far as aliens, I assume they mean extraterrestrials. And yeah, I do believe in extraterrestrials. I believe in the possibility of extraterrestrial life on other planets elsewhere throughout the universe. So yeah. Why not? The universe is so freaking huge. How can there not be other forms of life out there? So, number 8, can you drive a stick shift? No. Never been good at stick shift. Number 9, guilty TV pleasure. I don't think I really have one. I've tried to get into some of those reality shows, but I don't really like them. I used to, yeah. No, I don't really have any. 10, tattoos. No, I don't have any tattoos. That's just a personal choice. Number 11, if the world ends, do you want to be one of the survivors? I don't really know. I think that kind of depends. If I end up being like one of the few who happens to have like the most books or like the most like a huge library or something, and I end up being in charge of, helping to ensure that those books survive, or other historical documents, then I would say, yeah, I wouldn't mind surviving, if only just to ensure that history is preserved. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't really see the point. I mean, obviously, there's different circumstances to take into consideration. So, 12 things people do that drive you insane. Pretty much a lot of stuff. I'll say really the only biggest thing that gets to me is how quickly people like to blame other people for their problems. Not only that, but they like to blame entire groups of people for their problems. They talk about, they say these people over here took all of our jobs, blah blah blah. You gotta kick them out of the country, blah blah blah. And when really that's not the case. They're coming from a place of insecurity, anger, and also ignorance. And yeah, I feel like they mostly just say those kind of things to blow off steam because they're frustrated, they have no outlet. And that's why I say, if you have no outlet for your anger, don't go spouting off things that you really know very little about or next to nothing about. Take up a hobby, try painting, try drawing, try writing, try, building model airplanes, or, need some kind of outlet. That's just how I feel. Number 13, do you have any birthmarks? I do, think, right here on my ear. I don't really know why. 14, favorite childhood game. If we're talking board games, I'm going to say Monopoly, Sorry. I don't really know what else. Video games, Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, pretty much every Ninja Turtles video game that came out for Game Boy and original Nintendo. So, yeah. 15, do you talk to yourself? Yes, of course I talk to myself. Who doesn't talk to themselves? 16, do you like doing puzzles? Every now and then. I haven't put together a puzzle in quite a while. I mean, as far as jigsaw puzzles go. Yeah. 17, favorite music genre? Heavy metal, obviously. Heavy metal. Or any kind of hard rock, but if I gotta choose, heavy metal, definitely. 18, tea or coffee? I definitely prefer coffee. I gotta have at least one cup, like within an hour after I wake up. Otherwise, yeah, I just don't really feel like I can be productive. So coffee, definitely. And last question, 19. First thing you remember wanting to be when you grow up? Off the top of my head, I'm going to say astronaut. Yeah, astronaut. When I was a little kid, I had a pretty strong fascination for anything to do with space or space exploration. And so yeah, I wanted to be an astronaut. Of course, when I got a little older, I found out what it takes to actually become an astronaut, and yeah, my priorities shifted, and that's when I started to become much more interested in things like music and writing and art. So yeah, that'll do it for all these questions. I'm gonna go ahead and tag some people. I'm gonna tag Alex Black. She's a pretty cool booktuber. I'll provide a link to her channel. Ryanne and Her Books. She's also a pretty cool booktuber. I mean, we share the same name, so how can she not be cool? So, Mindy's book journey, I tag her too, and Darby Lane Reading, tag her as well. So yeah, I'll provide links to all their channels. And also, if you're watching this and you've yet to do this tag, consider yourself tagged as well. Feel free to do it. So yeah, that's it for this tag. Thanks for watching. And as always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.